Welcome to today's episode of the Emberhart podcast, episode 30 of season 2, where we explore the journey of building strong, resilient character. Grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and get ready to dive into a slightly unexpected Christmas-themed conversation here in the middle of January. Active constructive responding, turning awkward Christmas moments into connection. Dear Amelia Emberhart, you know how some conversations feel like walking through a dense fog, tedious, uninspiring, and so far from what you want to talk about. That is how I sometimes feel during family gatherings. Tonight we are heading into one of those situations. A Christmas dinner with your grandparents, aunts, and uncles. It is always festive, of course, but the topics, let us say, not every one of them is my cup of tea. Grandma will likely begin gossiping about a distant cousin's latest behavior. Uncle might go on about how practical yet posh his car is, detailing every feature as if he is presenting at a motor show. There is always the possibility that grandma also brings up politics, hoping to spark a heated debate with no intention of participating in the conversation, merely stating only her opinions as proven facts. And let us not forget grand-aunts asking awkwardly personal questions that lead nowhere meaningful. Your grandpa will probably talk again about his well-respected career as a medical professional, recounting every detail as if we are all his colleagues. And the worst part is that half the relatives are his colleagues, joining the exact same conversation that we've had all heard a dozen times before. Well, Merry Christmas. Normally, I would praise myself to endure it politely, nodding along with half a smile while secretly counting the minutes until dessert. But tonight, for the sake of the Christmas spirit, I'm trying something different. I'm challenging myself to use a concept I'm learning about in Martin Seligman's Flourish, Active Constructive Responding, ACR. This relates to positive psychology we already had a brief chat about. What is ACR and why does it matter? Active constructive responding is a way of reacting to someone's news or ideas that amplifies their joy, strengthens your connection, and fosters mutual respect. It's about being present and engaged, even when the topic feels repetitive or uninteresting. Let's break down the ways we typically respond to others. Active destructive. You respond negatively, diminishing their excitement. For example, well, that sounds like it could have gone horribly wrong. Passive destructive. You ignore their news entirely and shift the focus to yourself. For instance, oh, by the way, I had the craziest day at work. Passive constructive. You acknowledge their news, but without real enthusiasm. Oh, cool, that's nice. Active constructive, ACR. You respond with genuine interest and curiosity, encouraging them to share more and celebrating their moment. Wow, that is amazing. How did you come up with that idea? When you choose ACR, you help others feel valued, seen, and heard. Over time, this builds stronger, more positive relationships. The Christmas Dinner Challenge. So, here's the scene tonight. The table is set, candles flicker, and the room buzzes with chatter. Your grandparents' faces light up as they start talking about their careers in healthcare. Again, your uncle chimes in to share why his car is the most practical on the market, going into detail about mileage and trunk space. Meanwhile, your grand-aunt asks you an awkwardly personal question about your plans for the future. And before you know it, someone brings up politics. Here's my challenge for tonight. I'm going to turn these moments into opportunities to practice ACR. Rome was not built in a day, so I will make myself do this a couple of times, at least. Then I might spay it out for the rest of the night. Step 1. Start with active listening. Instead of letting my mind wander or my irritation surface, I will focus intently on what the speaker is saying. I will treat each story, even if I have heard it before, as a fresh opportunity to understand what excites them. Step 2. Respond with enthusiasm. When someone tells me about their car, again, I will resist the urge to roll my eyes or change the subject. Instead, I might say, "That sounds really efficient. Have you used it for any road trips recently?" For gossip, I might redirect the conversation to something more positive. "Oh, really? That's interesting. What do you think motivates her?" Step 3. Stay curious and kind. If politics come up, I will listen without rushing to offer my opinion. Instead, I will ask questions like, "What makes you feel so strongly about that?" My goal is not to agree or disagree, but to show genuine interest in their perspective. A personal reflection, changing my first reaction. Amelia, I have to confess something. My instinct in this situation has often been to tune out or even feel annoyed. When someone repeats the same story for the fifth time, I catch myself thinking, why are we doing this again? But here's the thing, dismissing them, or worse, showing my irritation, only creates distance. It might save me from the boredom of hearing about Uncle's car, but it costs me a chance to connect. This year, I'm working on changing that first reaction. Instead of seeing repetition as tiresome, I'm trying to view it as a clue to what matters to the other person. Your grandmother might repeat her stories about work because it is something she is deeply proud of. By leaning in and celebrating that pride with her, I can help her feel valued. Does it come naturally to me? Not yet. But every time I choose ACR over irritation, I'm strengthening my ability to be kind and supportive, even in situations that are not my favorite. Your turn, a practical challenge. Here is what I want us to do, Amelia. Tonight, wherever you are, I challenge you to engage actively. When someone shares something, listen with your full attention. Imagine it is a puzzle you are trying to solve. Why does this matter to them? Respond constructively. Use phrases like, "That is so interesting. What inspired you to do that? Tell me more about how that worked." "Wow, that sounds incredible. How did you feel when that happened?" Find the joy. Even if the topic is not your favorite, look for the emotion behind it. Celebrate their excitement or curiosity. Reflect and grow. After the evening, jot down one interaction where you practiced ACR. What did you learn about the other person? How did it feel to respond differently? Practicing ACR is not just about surviving family dinners, it's about transforming them into opportunities for connection. The truth is, the people around us often just want to be heard. When we show up with kindness and curiosity, we create moments that build stronger relationships and maybe even discover something new about ourselves. So tonight, I will lean into challenge and I hope you will too. Who knows, maybe we will both come up away with stories worth sharing. And perhaps we will accidentally create ourselves a great Christmas Eve. This is your moment. Take command and show us the path. Thank you for tuning in today. If something resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment or share this episode with someone who might benefit from it. Also, join us on youtube.com/@emberhartco. Until next time, take care and stay strong.